Okay. Before I forget, yes, lovely. Eyebrows, lovely. I guess I have to reintroduce myself. New channel, who's this? Erkin Hassan. Of course, if you guys are following me or subscribed from my other channel where I review sneakers, well, fashion, I guess, unboxings, all that good stuff. This channel though is strictly tech, desk setups, also tips as well, how to grow your channel, stuff like that. I haven't sort of figured out the format entirely. I'm just sort of going with the flow. I think that's a spider. No, it's not. Even though dead fish go with the flow, you can take that, put it in your caption on Instagram. I just wanted to start off a new adventure, a new sort of project where I talk about something else that I'm very passionate about, which is tech. Cameras, lenses, microphones, monitors, laptops, keyboards, mouses, desks, lighting, everything. Without further ado, without making a separate introduction video, this video though, long story short, short story long, it's all relative. It's an unboxing. And this camera could possibly be, what am I doing with this? Could possibly be my new favorite everyday camera. My setup at the moment, I'll leave links down below as well to Amazon affiliate links. You know how it goes by now. In terms of what I record at the moment, it's the A7 IV with the 16-35 G Master 2. Man, that sounds good to say. But that's been my sort of workhorse for the past couple months or so. I've had the A7 IV for about 2 years now, or just under, which I love to bits. Possibly the best all-round camera for YouTube and content creation. It's just, you know, with cameras, they are big. The good ones are big, near enough, 99% of the time. I feel like if you could possibly use something better than your phone, it has to bring that boom, you know, it has to do either photography really good or photos really good, or both, you know. And at the moment, there's not many cameras out there that keep it compact at the same time, keeping the visuals very good. And just before we move on to the camera I am about to unbox, my second camera is the Sony FX30. Now I am pretty much a Sony fanboy when it comes to camera gear and lenses, all that good stuff. It's just, I find they have the best variety of lenses for good prices too, whether it is full frame or even APS-C. And I was Canon before. I had the G7X Mark II like years ago when I used to vlog. And then I moved on to the Canon M50, which for me was the best camera I had when I first started. It was just simple, you know, you just knew what to do, how to do it. Now though, I'm willing to try out a new ecosystem when it comes to camera stuff and camera gear, lenses, and even cameras themselves. It is though, the FujiFilm X-M5. Almost forgot. My first video, my first unboxing when it comes to tech on this channel. Man, it feels good. Let's take this out. Oh yes. Before we unbox it, we have to unbag it. Now this camera has just released and pre-orders have been crazy. I did initially pre-order the silver for $899 with the kit lens, which is what I got here. However, I saw that it was in stock in black and another place, and then I got a voucher, so it worked out to be about £800, which is pretty good. Now with this channel, I'm trying not to be as spec heavy as a lot of other good channels out there. I just want to have fun with talking tech, helping you guys out, unboxing stuff. But I am very excited about this camera. No, it's not going to be replacing my A7 IV or my FX30. It's just, I wanted a camera that could do it all on the go. That's the key. On the go. This camera is so small, well, from what I've seen anyway, and the images and the video, because Fujifilm have sort of catered this camera to content creators. However, there are some drawbacks that we will talk about. Right, I guess we'll switch up the angle and get this unboxed to see my initial reaction. Okay, here we are. The Fujifilm X-M5 box. Very simple. Yes, it comes with a kit lens, the 15-45 f3.5 to 5.6. Very simple. Black noir. We got it in black, baby. So that's how your box should look like. Now, time to unbox it. Ooh. I waited all day for this. Now you got the manual where you can scan the QR code, smart app, all that good stuff. Yes, we've got the paperwork. Who even reads this stuff? But yeah, we have to register it. Bow, all that stuff, the informazione. Okay, paperwork out the way. Got the official FujiFilm battery. I did actually get a couple secondary batteries as well from Amazon. Some cheap ones, you know, just to keep me going. Also with a charger, which was key. So that's the official battery. Nice and small, especially compared to Sony's, but we'll see how these actually handle with use. Wow. Now this lens is tiny. Wow. Wow. If I compare this to my 16 to 35, it is literally like a quarter. That is crazy. Fujifilm 15 to 45. It's going to be very exciting to see how this is comparing to my Sony lenses and my Viltrox lenses. So yeah, let's go. All right, let's put that down. Let's see what else we got. We'll leave the camera till last. Got the Fujifilm strap, I believe, neck strap. So I don't know, might use it, might not, we'll see. And I think that's it. Time for the camera. Wow, this is heavier than I thought. I thought it was going to be a lot lighter. Wow, this is lovely. Oh, I'm in love. I am actually in love. I've unboxed cameras before, but I don't know. It's just something about this camera. Like, it's so small. It's very vintage-esque. I'm glad I got the black now. I'm so glad I got the black. Now, for those wondering why I didn't go for the silver, it's just with this camera, I don't know what it is about that color. It's just, it looked very cheap compared to the black. And also I was tired of waiting for that camera. I waited about a couple weeks before I thought, you know what, let me cancel it and just go for the black. And I got this even cheaper. So I'm glad I actually got the black. There's the APS-C sensor, which is very controversial amongst the camera and tech community. What we got on here before we go through. So we've got USB-C and micro HDMI there towards the right. Got a headphone jack to monitor our audio. Now what is very cool is the mic jack is actually here. So instead of what like I'm doing now, where the cameras are sort of obstructing the camera screen, this won't have that problem. We've got the hot shoe that can connect to flashes and other stuff, which is good. We've got the Fujifilm simulation dial here, which I'm very much new to and I have to get used to it. So can't really comment on that just yet. I need to spend some time with this camera. And also the mode dials, like the vlog, the auto, and all that good stuff. There are some memory channels here too, so you can sort of configure it to your modes that you do like, whether it is video or photo, and then just switch to C1 up to C4, I believe. We've got the shutter button, we've got the record button here as well. Also a customizable dial, so if you wanted to change the aperture or even the ISO and stuff like that, and a Q button there, which a lot of people are complaining that it's in an awkward position, and yes, it is. More buttons on the back, which is very minimal, and I guess for a small compact camera like this, it's kind of what you expect. It's not going to have so many bells and whistles because of the price of $899 retail here in the UK. And we have a fully articulating screen, which some cameras don't have on Fujifilm, which is crazy. And that's it. I mean, there's no viewfinder, which is what you'd expect for this price point. If you wanted all that good stuff, you wanted to probably pay close to £1,600 for the X-M5. And yeah, this is almost half the price. And for what you're getting, honestly, absolute beauty. Oh, before I forget, we've also got a dial here, which you can press in to actually customize that too, which not a lot of people know. But here it is, the X-M5 fully unboxed in black. And I really, honestly, this colorway is so good in hand. Like, I'm so glad I went for this over the silver. Right, popping on the lens now. Wow. Look at that. So discreet, so small. That is amazing. Look at that. So good. So the filter thread is 52, which I don't know if I've got any ND filters for it, which I might have to go and buy now. But I like it a lot. Very small, very compact. So I'm gonna have to charge the battery up, I just realized. So you turn it on like that, off, on. Okay, I have to set this up. Lovely. Now, just set it all up. This is the screen. Oh, wow, look at this. So that is the smallest it goes. Wow, that is wide. For an APS-C, That is decently wide, I have to say. So the lens turned off, that's how small it is, which is lovely. But as soon as you turn it on, it does extend. Now, it's not too big like I said. I think it still keeps it compact. So in terms of how long it is, that's at 15 millimeters. So that's not too bad at full length when it comes to vlogging, also video and stuff. If we sort of retract it, that's as much as it goes in terms of 45. So again, not too bad. All right, what do we think? First thoughts, are we a fan of the ergonomics? Are we a fan of the layout, the versatility of this camera? I mean, it's compact, very powerful, it looks like. Nice weight to it as well. I'm in awe. I actually am. Like, I can't explain how small this is for what this camera offers. It's actually amazing for the price as well. I know I might have got sucked into the marketing and all the early reviews and stuff like that. From where I'm at the moment, where I want to start doing a bit of photography, taking a camera out and about all the time. I've also got the Osmo Pocket 3, which I purchased recently, where I wanted to start doing vlogs, maybe for this channel or for the Life of a Broski channel. I just wanted a camera that could sort of do both very good, whether it is photos or videos. Now, yes, you did see it right. There is no USB-C or charger that comes with this camera, which is criminal. But what this camera does give you with the open gate, that's what I wanted as well. That's what Sony is lacking so much. As much as I love Sony, and I really do, I think Lumix or Panasonic, they're really taking over in terms of the open gate and what people want from that. So they don't have to keep reshooting stuff, whether it is vertical, horizontal, all that good stuff. Yeah, they're really killing it. And this camera offers that too, which is amazing. Yes, it's definitely more on a smaller side and it's something I'm gonna have to get used to. It's literally, it feels like it's gonna fall out of my hand, and I don't have the biggest hands, but at the same time, I've got sausage fingers and I've just got to get used to that. Maybe get a cage, which I guess defeats the purpose of being a pocket wall camera, and a compact one at that. But maybe getting an L bracket might help with the grip at least. Now, in terms of some of the specs, it has a 26.1 APS-C sensor, which is more than enough for photo and video. Got 6.2K recording at 30 frames per second open gate. Can't stress that enough, how much I want to use that. But we do also have 4K at 60 frames per second too. I feel like Fuji are already pushing that vlog mode, which I'm excited to test out. This is only the unboxing. I just wanted to give my initial thoughts about this camera, my initial reaction. And for myself, coming from a Sony ecosystem, which I am going to talk about. I'm going to talk about all the stuff that I use to record, what cameras are for what. Yes, you might be thinking the A7 IV and the FX30, both of them for YouTube or content creation, is a bit overkill. And yeah, I do agree, but they both serve their purpose. Like the A7 IV, for example, is my main talking head camera, which I love. The images and the video that this camera produces, top tier for my price range anyway. The FX30 though, very similar in terms of the look. It's an APS-C sort of sensor, so low light, not the best. And as you can see from the studio, it can get dark, and it's more for live streaming. That's what I wanted. It's got its own fan, stuff like that. The X-M5 though is a camera that I just wanted to have all the time, just to take pictures with, also maybe some video here and there. It doesn't have in-body image stabilization, unfortunately, or IBIS. That was one of the only things that put me off. I was very close to getting the S9, the Lumix S9, just because for video, far superior, but for what you're paying for that price, I don't know if it's worth the trade-off. And I really am excited to try out the FujiFilm simulations. That's the thing that sort of got me going. And I am more drawn now to photography. So I want to start doing a lot more photography, whether it is family or casual shots, even thumbnails, stuff like that. And the best saying I've ever come across when it comes to cameras is the best camera that you've got is the one that's always with you. And I hardly ever bring out my A7 IV, if ever. The FX30's only been with me a few months now, so I haven't really taken that out. I used to have the Sony ZV-E10, amazing camera, very lightweight, very similar to this, but in terms of what that offered, it was a bit outdated. Yes, the Mark II has come out recently. Same thing, it's just a FX30 really. And yeah, I wanted something new. I wanted to try something different for photography at least. One of the only things though that did put me off about this camera is Fujifilm is sort of notoriously known for bad autofocus. Now, yes, I haven't tested this out, so you're gonna have to give me a couple weeks maybe with this camera to give my final verdict on it. And I know a lot of people are still waiting for their pre-orders, so it's one of those things where you either wait it out or you just cancel it and maybe try your luck somewhere else. And that's what I did. I went with Wex Photo and Video and ended up canceling that, went to Curry's and got the black. Honestly, so happy with. I'm not just saying that. The black gives it more of a vintage feel. The silver is so nice, but from pictures and videos, it just looked a bit cheap. I don't know what it is. So that's one of the things I am very worried about is the autofocus, but I'm sure a new Fujifilm camera, and there have been some firmware updates to other cameras too to fix the autofocus. Hopefully this has no issues. But I think we're gonna leave the video there. Yes, a bit of a lengthy one just because I had to introduce myself again, unbox this bad boy, and I'm sort of going into this camera system blind. Now I have watched a few videos on this, very impressed from what I've seen. It's just, I don't want to get too caught up on the specs and everything else that everyone is saying, because when they get a camera early, yes, they're going to sell the camera to you. I just wanted to make my own mind up. And from what I've seen so far, in terms of the form factor, some of the features that I've read up and seen, I've got my hands full in terms of trying out a lot of these features. It might even take me a few days to get used to, or a couple weeks, but I'm not rushing. I've got this camera for the long run. I'm excited to share the content from this camera to this channel as well. And I'm also excited to share all the stuff I've learnt along the way. Love helping people with tech as well, just giving them guidance in terms of what stuff to buy, whether it is lenses, cameras, lighting, all that good stuff. I'm excited about this journey. I hope you guys are rocking with me. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, share, all of that good stuff. And yeah, I'll see you soon.